You're listening to the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast.
Go for it, Jim. Climb the ladder, kid. Make yourself famous.
A podcast covering all things WWE.
I have now returned to save the WWE.
NXT.
The beautiful part of NXT is that when one dream ends, another dream begins.
And AEW.
Holy wrestling. I couldn't be more happy.
Here are your hosts, Kyle Gagliardi and Jim Tucker.
What is going on, everyone? You're listening to the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast, hosted by the Marks, for the Marks, and I am your host, not Mr. AEW, but half of the Mr. WWE pay-per-view champion and Mr. NXT himself, Jim Tucker. We have no Kyle Gagliardi on the podcast today, but I am joined by the one, the only, the degenerate, Mikey Wilson. What's going on, Mikey?
What's going on, Chucky?
That was solid.
Not bad.
Yeah, so we got Mr. Liarda is in Mr. Las Vegas right now, whatever that means.
Inside of Mr. Las Vegas?
Yes, he is.
Thanks.
He is there. But here we are, Fastlane Predictions. The show doesn't stop. You know, Kyle is across the country, but we got to get it in. So we will be giving our Fastlane predictions and talking about some WWE this week. And your regularly scheduled programming with Mr. Kyle Gagliardi and myself will be back in the future. Yeah, next week probably. I'm on spring break. But we are in the middle of baseball season. Mikey is an assistant coach in a program in the region as well. He was with me for a little bit, but he's at a different school, much closer to his house.
We're both repping the black and gold tonight.
Yes. Black and gold. He is a Panther and I am a Mustang, so that fight would be interesting.
Go Cougars.
We would just run away, yeah. So, an interesting card with Fastlane. Shorter. Only got 5 matches, right, at the moment. So, it'll be interesting to see how it shakes out. Excitement level for this one, as have been with many of the big boys, would be at about a 3 right now. How about you?
Yeah, I was going to say 2.
Yeah.
Bold move by, I always think WWE pulls a bold move when they go, we're not going to tell you anything that's going to happen this week, but go ahead and watch our card. Like,
there we go. Yeah.
It's just a bold move. I don't know. Here's our main event.
Yeah.
When other things are going to happen.
Yeah, and speaking of booking decisions, you have been known from time to time to write Book It Better blogs on the Overtime Sports Network, and this podcast is sponsored by the Overtime Sports Network. It's a part of the Overtime Sports Network. Go to otsportsnetwork.wixsite.com/OTSN to see the blogs that we've got going on. I know Mr. Liarda was active in the blogosphere with NCAA March Madness going on. Are you a big March Madness guy?
Big gambler during March Madness. Don't really know what I'm doing, though.
Okay. How's it going so far for you?
I didn't put any bets in today. I was pretty busy with work today.
Okay. So you haven't lost anything today?
No losses,
okay.
No ticks in the loss count.
Okay, good. We are always looking for bloggers. If you're interested in writing about a sport of your choice, we cover everything. We will cover everything. And check out a number of the other blogs. I also host Wheelhouse Baseball at Wheelhouse Pod on Twitter, and Mike is the host of the Region Degenerates podcast, and you can find that on Twitter at
Region Degens. Just start spelling Region Degenerates and then stop when it makes you stop.
Yeah, and there you go. That's what we got. We got Leo in the basement, the man cave, with us as well. He's a big WWE guy. He's watched all the shows that I have.
Is it weird steering the ship today?
It is, particularly with this one. I'm really good at showing up and looking at the doc as we tune in. So the show notes are a little less dense because I prepared them. So we have none.
Yeah, as in less dense, you mean non-existent.
Yeah. Kyle does a really good job with that. But when we look at the card, I think we'll get it going here. Mike, have you ever held a share of the title? A share of the title, held it outright in any
I've never held it
capacity?
outright for sure. I think the Book It Better really gets me. I think I go into fantasy booking.
Yeah. You book with your heart and not your head.
Yeah.
Got it. Kicking us off, we're going to talk about the women's tag match. We've got Nia Jax and Shayna Basler squaring off against Bianca Bel-Air and Sasha Banks. What are your thoughts on this one?
WWE seems to always do this, right? Like they have women tag teams and then there's keep breaking them up.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make any sense to me. The women's tag team titles are just in flux. I'm going to go with Bianca and Sasha, I think.
Okay.
Tag team titles, they hold the titles into WrestleMania. They're battling for the women's title on SmackDown. It's a nice, it gives that women's title a little bit more of a oomph, I think. And honestly, I'm tired of seeing Shayna and Nia with the titles. I'm just tired of seeing Nia, period.
I think many people are, except Vince McMahon, apparently. But for me, I'm going with Nia Jax and Shayna Basler. I think they, in my head, I think they're going to use this tag match to really heat up Bianca and Sasha. In a way, we did see turmoil in the last time these two teams matched up against each other, and there was a feud between the two, some finger pointing and things like that. So this might be the straw that breaks the camel's back. And Bianca's been a good sport. It's almost kind of like face versus face right now. So somebody, I think, is going to heat up and get a mean streak in them. I'm really excited for Bianca Belair to face Sasha Banks at WrestleMania, but the story at this point,
Lackluster,
lukewarm. Yeah.
Also, I'm really tired of Reginald. He can go.
Oh yeah, same. Thank you for that. Yeah, I don't have anything else to add. It is what it is. It's kind of overplayed.
It was a big miss with Reginald, and I don't want to get off on a sidetrack here, but why wouldn't you bring in some muscle-bound chick like China to back up Carmella instead of a sommelier who can't really do anything? Yeah,
because Carmella does kind of need some muscle. She she could use some juice. Yeah.
You could bring in a woman bodybuilder that is not Dana Brooke.
Raquel Gonzalez just big, massive, strong.
Just when he came in, I was like, man, they really missed the mark. They should have had some kind of China there. But
moving on to the next match, we've got Apollo Crews squaring off against Big E for the Intercontinental Championship. This one's interesting to me because they seem to be taking Apollo Crews in this new direction, giving him more of an edge. I will go first. I'm leaning towards Big E. I won't be surprised if Apollo wins, but this is my heart, I want Big E to continue holding the title. What say you?
I feel like they're not building Apollo for no reason. He gets a new gimmick. He's this badass now. Where'd the Warriors go? Do you remember the Warriors from 2 weeks ago? And then he comes out this week with no Warriors, like the two guys hold the spears.
Warriors.
They're so quick to pull the plug.
What happened to you guys? Except Retribution. Jeez.
I'm gonna go with Apollo Crews here, but this is a 50-50. It can go either way. So why build Apollo up to lose, and then why book Big E to be hurt, out for 2 weeks, and then come back to lose? Neither one of them need to take a loss here. A loss hurts both of them significantly, I think. But I'm going with Apollo Crews.
Okay. All right. So we differ on both picks so far.
It's going to be a quick title change.
Apparently, the next one is Alexa Bliss versus Randy Orton. What is it going to look like? Because the WWE, it's not crazy in independent wrestling to see an intergender match. I've said before on the podcast, I watched Ethan Page go toe to toe with Jordan Grace all over the On the Square Sports Academy, slapping each other with plastic folding chairs. And I tell you what, they were loud. I tell you what. Now, the Fiend's got to pop up here.
If the Fiend doesn't pop up, it has to be some type of what do you call the virtual reality, like an illumination?
Oh, hologram. Kind of thing?
It has to be some type of hologram, or definitely a Fiend type interference.
Yes. Okay. Black goo appearance. Thoughts?
Yeah. What if here's my fantasy booking. What if they switched it around and Alexa Bliss had the black goo? but she did it on purpose almost to like freak Randy Orton out.
Ooh, mind tricks. Alexa getting deep. This is your choice. You have to go first on this.
I have to go first. I have to pick a winner in this match. Is this even going to be a match?
Yes. It's
I'm gonna
announced.
go with Randy Orton, I guess.
Really?
I don't know. What? Like what?
I guess that does make sense. You make Orton win. The Fiend has to come back and avenge his death.
Yeah.
Ish. All right, you made up my mind. I'm going Orton too.
I just don't know how that is. Is it going to be a cinematic match?
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I'm interested to see how that one works because you do have the dynamic. They're very like even on mixed tag matches. You can't if one tags out, so does the other. So it is an interesting dynamic. How physical will it be? Will it be physical at all? Will they touchy? Like it's weird.
Last woman to take an RKO?
Oh, I don't know.
Nia Jax in the Royal Rumble.
Good. Good.
I don't know if that's true or not. I know she took the RKO.
It has
but
to be, yeah.
I don't know if it's the last woman.
It has to be, yeah. Good. Well, apparently that shows you how weak the RKO is because she's still around. Tell you that. Oh, that is rough. Okay. We are already through three matches. We've only got 2 left, and we are 12 minutes into this podcast.
Because we disagreed. It's only 3?
That's the third one, yeah.
What is it, 5?
Yeah. The next one, we've got Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre.
I'm excited about this match.
I think it'll be great. I think McIntyre wins because he's going to WrestleMania. So why have him lose on Fastlane to Sheamus when he's supposed to challenge for the title at WrestleMania? That's kind of where I lean. I love Drew McIntyre. I love him.
So here's where I'm at on this match. How did Drew McIntyre become the number 1 contender? Excuse me. Outside of just management saying that he's the number 1 contender, he beat Sheamus once. There was a draw. Sheamus interjected himself into their feud last Monday because he attacked Bobby Lashley. Had a match against Bobby Lashley. I think Bobby Lashley beat him outright on Monday.
I can't remember.
No, Drew was in that match. So it was Drew was sitting at the ringside. So it was kind of a wonky finish.
Yeah.
I think Sheamus wins this match.
Whoa.
And then forces some kind of triple threat at WrestleMania.
Really?
Because he's getting overlooked, right? Like, unless Drew wins this match, then this should be the number 1 contenders match. They never should have announced Drew McIntyre this should have been the number 1 contenders match.
Yeah. And Drew's a Raw guy, so it's not going to pop up on SmackDown.
Yeah.
That layer. Okay. I could see that. Would you be interested in that? A Sheamus, McIntyre, Lashley triple threat?
I'm not sure I'm interested in any version of those 3 fighting for the title.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not behind Sheamus or Lashley, but I think the triple threat really gives me that little bit of extra. Because what's Sheamus going to do?
Yeah. They have decided to heat him up.
Yeah.
They've put him on the burner, so I agree. I actually do like Bobby Lashley in this current iteration. He feels strong. He feels formidable. I like his theme.
That's cool.
Video,
his new,
the lightning
he does
thing.
feel like a big deal now.
Yeah, so I'm kind of in on it. I do think Lashley and McIntyre are capable of a great match. Interested to see what that wrinkle would look like if it were a triple threat at WrestleMania.
Sheamus was the guy that was supposed to go one-on-one with McIntyre at Elimination Chamber, and they turned it into an Elimination Chamber match. And he never got his one-on-one. And then he got his one-on-one with Drew, but he didn't have the title. And then he got his one-on-one on Drew, but it was this might be turned into a last man standing match too, because on Monday they both took stairs to the face, and they both got counted out. So this could be some type of stipulation here with last man standing, falls count anywhere.
Yeah,
something along those lines.
Yeah, interesting. It just feels the build up to this WrestleMania for me right now is not like off the charts. And this is the WrestleMania that they're bringing people back to. Our buddy Ryan Vogus did secure tickets to WrestleMania. He will be there. Very diligent and prepared to secure those tickets. got jacked around, Willie jacked, wonky Willie. He was able to get a single pod ticket from the WrestleMania site at face value, and then paid what he assumed to be 2 times face value on StubHub for a double pod, for a 2-person pod. Oh. So he got the single pod as kind of like a backup just to make sure he could be in the building. He has a friend that lives in Florida, so he had tickets to go last year.
Oh, okay.
To I think all of it. It was just going to be the one day, but I think he was going to NXT 2 possibly, but he was all set, and then that was pulled out from under him, unfortunately. But sounds like this one's a go. Really excited for him. I'm excited to see what it looks like. It sounds like we're going to do Saturday here and Sunday over at Liarda's place. I know that is a great tradition with you and your dad. WrestleMania is always
Always depends on what he's working.
Yeah.
If he's working midnights, I'll be over here. If he's working days, I'll be at his house.
Yep. Both days. Did you do both days last year with him?
Yep.
There you go.
Yep. You were there one day, I think.
Sunday. We did night one. We did the projector in the garage and froze our cheeks off. Yep. Undervalued that. But so we did that, and then Sunday came over to your place. Good spread as always. And Jerry complaining about the lag. You know, you're going to get that.
Yeah. The lag, and I think the Fiend match.
Oh yeah, that's probably the most memorable moment I have from that. Jerry's commentary on that.
It was the worst because I was so involved in that match because that's just what I've been asking for.
Yeah,
just growing up with John Cena, just fucking do all of this with him, and then my dad just in the background, just I was like, shut the fuck up, dude.
Come on, Jerry. You know, but he was active. He was active at AEW.
He was calm at AEW.
You know, I think he was actually fairly reserved compared to the Jerry of old that I've come to know and grow up. He got some pot shots in, but didn't set the house on fire. You almost set the house on fire regarding Comcast. Did we get the refund?
Yeah, I got the refund for AEW Revolution, and they cut a whole month off my bill.
Okay, so that was kind of the plan, right?
Well, I didn't want the month off my bill, and stop me when I'm taking too much time up here, but I didn't want the month off my bill. I just wanted the $50 back for AEW. And then the guy kept telling me to go in the room and unplug this and plug this in and unplug this. And I said, dude, I have people here. I'm not going to doing your maintenance. I understand that's how this works, but tonight it's not going to work like that. And then he told me to turn the wrong channel on and push play on this channel. And I was like, dude, this channel's like ESPN de Ocho. It's not even close to what I want. So I just got so frustrated with him. I was like, you know what, dude, just give me a full month because I'm tired of talking to you. And it just escalated, snowballed from there. You walked in on me at one point.
I thought I saw every vein in your neck. You were a hot boy.
And I didn't start that way. And I told the guy, look,
it didn't. This is not the plan here, guy.
I said, man, all I want's a refund. Just make sure I get the refund. And then he just kept talking, and he just kept pushing all my buttons. And then I cussed at him, and I was the bad guy.
Pushing all my buttons, babe.
You walked in on me, and I don't know which F-bomb I was on, but you kind of walked in. You're like, whoop.
That's it. No, that's you kind of throws it back to the childhood. You walk in, mom and dad are arguing, and not the time and place for me to ask for those chicken nuggets in the freezer. I'm just going to back up real quick.
Just take them next time.
I'm going to do that. Yep. No, not yours. It was a joke.
Oh,
no,
I thought that's why you came in the room.
No,
like there wasn't enough food there.
With the spread you prepared, again, I know. If I go to a Wilson event, I'm about to eat. So we ate very well. The last match that we have to cover is Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan, Universal Championship. There's no way Roman Reigns loses this match. I'm putting Roman Reigns in for both of us. Thoughts?
As much as I want to say Daniel Bryan, does Daniel Bryan edge move the ticker more than Roman Reigns edge?
No. Unfortunately for Daniel Bryan, no. He is the best Daniel Bryan behind us.
Oh, 100%.
Is there another title run for him? It's hard for me to imagine or conceptualize a run with who they have and the star power they have. And it's kind of interesting that we have this conversation because we say they need stars, but who? I mean,
honestly, if Daniel Bryan takes the title off of Roman Reigns is useless. Like
Yeah, a lot of credibility is lost. I think.
I go back exactly. I go back to like when Rey Mysterio beat the Big Show. Like, what are we doing here?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think. Yeah, there's no credibility in Daniel Bryan beating Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
What does Daniel Bryan do to you for a triple threat at WrestleMania? Because I feel like one of those matches are going to be a triple threat.
You think? I think I want Roman Reigns and Edge straight up.
Yes.
And I think I could deal with. I just have it in my mind that McIntyre is winning the title back at WrestleMania, so what shape it looks like doesn't really matter to me.
Well, if McIntyre pins Sheamus, now you can go back to McIntyre and Lashley.
Yeah.
Or Lashley. If Sheamus takes the pinfall there,
right,
you can go back to that feud.
Yeah. What
layer
layer do you have if you make a triple threat? Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns, and Edge. Does Edge win it at WrestleMania? Is that kind of where you're leaning at this moment?
Again, Roman Reigns can't beat a 50-year-old man with a broken neck. Like,
yeah, that's the thing. And they've built him up strong, but not that strong. He did lose to Kevin Owens. They just Paul Heyman made him lose. I mean, with the way that situation shook out.
What has Edge done since the Royal Rumble?
He's got his butt kicked, and Edge has done nothing except wave goodbye to Christian to AEW.
Wow. At least when he was fighting Orton, he was cutting good promos.
Yeah.
And having like sentimental TV time.
You were kind of getting behind him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Agree.
I don't know what he's done for me. Yeah.
Crickets. Yeah. That's interesting. So I put Roman Reigns down for both of us on there.
Yeah, give me Roman.
When it comes to the current product, what's your favorite? What have you been watching?
Did you
what
miss
do you like?
a match?
No.
Braun and Shane?
Is it happening?
Is that just a speculation? On my CBS, it said Braun and Shane.
Oh, on Bleacher Report doesn't have it listed. Oh, okay. Let me add that to the doc then. Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon. Is it actually happening?
It's only 7:40, so it's not. Oh, it could have happened. It could have happened already. They could have announced it, but I had this pulled up before 7.
Oh, okay. Because I don't think we left Raw with certainty that it would happen, did we?
No.
Okay, so I mean, we could predict it anyways. We've done that before. Don't you feel like this is going to be a big Shane spot at WrestleMania?
Yeah, this is a WrestleMania match, right?
So is this a match that continues the feud? Does Shane win again to ultimately get beat at WrestleMania?
If this happens, yeah, Shane would have to.
I'm taking
win
Shane.
If this happens, because
are you taking Shane too?
Yeah, give me Shane. It has to.
I think because I think that's how you can get it to WrestleMania. Braun was embarrassed on Raw with the slime, which was just ridiculous. He was embarrassed on Raw and then slimed, and then if he comes back and wins this here, it almost shuts the book, right?
Yeah, and again, going back to the Roman Reigns thing, like how does Shane beat Braun Strowman? Like,
yep.
And what does that do for you?
I don't know.
It's got to be a sneaky, underhanded win, but yikes. What did you ask? What my favorite part of the product right now is?
Yeah. What do you liking? I know you're current basically with WWE, NXT, AEW. You're pretty fresh with it.
My favorite stuff was Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns. I don't know. I'm enjoying the big beefy men beat the hell out of each other.
Yeah.
And when I say that, I'm talking about Drew, Sheamus, and Bobby.
Yeah.
They
lay it in.
They go at
That's
it,
for
man.
sure. I'll give you that.
Now when it comes to wrestling, I'm not fans of those guys, right? Like
typically, right.
Give me my Seth Rollins and my Kevin Owens.
Yeah, Finn Balor,
Yes.
that cut from that Shinsuke, AJ. Yeah, that's kind of where I lean towards too. I like the athleticism behind it, but Drew moves well.
He does.
I think that match would be good if it was a triple threat. I think Sheamus and Drew is, in my head, the match of the night.
Coming up.
Yeah, for Fastlane.
Edge Oh no, I'm sorry.
Daniel Bryan,
Daniel
Roman
Bryan,
Reigns.
Roman Reigns.
You know, Daniel. I just
Shane McMahon, Braun Strowman.
get out of here with that.
No, my favorite part is probably recording it and getting to fast forward through most of it.
Okay, that's an interesting take. I have a playback speeder extension on Google Chrome. So when I watch Hulu on my Chromebook, I can press a button and double it, triple it, and that helps.
Nice.
Especially when the big boys are in the ring that aren't those three that we talked about. You just,
Where's Keith Lee at?
COVID-y? No? Hurt?
Mayhem or whatever the hell you want to call her was back on this week.
The Reckoning.
Who knows?
Yep. Matt Riddle stinks, huh?
Does he have a match this?
No. Well, there was speculation.
he's
Matt
supposed to
Riddle,
fight
Mustafa Ali.
Mustafa Ali. Riddle?
I think the gimmick's kind of overplayed, honestly.
Riddle or Ali?
Riddle.
Yeah, definitely between him and
He's
the New
like
Day.
a child. He's like a child. And I want him to be intimidating and fierce, but it is what it is.
Ali wins that? A little credibility to...
No, Riddle wins in my head. I don't know that it'll happen, and we will not make a prediction on that one. But, we have SmackDown coming up, Fastlane, and then, let's see, what is it? Fastlane, and then we've got 3 weeks until WrestleMania?
Yeah, something like that.
2-night
WWE calm down with the pay-per-views, Mom.
Yeah. Do you prefer the AEW model where they do it quarterly, or?
I'll tell you what, all the way up until I hit play AEW and it didn't work, it felt like a big fight night.
Yeah. Thoughts on the explosion?
Yikes.
Yeah, right.
And this is coming from a pyrotechnic engineer. No,
actually, like, he's not joking.
I shoot fireworks on the 4th of July with Mad Bomber. We put up some big stuff. It's not that hard, man.
Like mortar is bigger than your head. I've seen.
Yeah. It's not that hard, man. I was closer to a 16-inch shell going off at one show than they were to those sparklers.
Yeah. I do feel.
I like the twist though.
They kind of they came back from it a little bit. I think.
Hey, we made you look stupid. I liked that. I liked that because here's what WWE would have done. Never would have mentioned it again and just kept on writing.
Yep. Not even a replay.
Wrote it into the storyline.
Yeah, they adapted. Yeah, and I give my hats off. I tip my hat to them for sure in regards to that. So, excitement level for Fastlane for me, not high.
Still a 2 for me, man.
Yeah.
Is it only on the Peacock Network?
No, this one is on both.
Okay.
It's on WWE Network and on Peacock. WrestleMania, and then we have NXT Stand and Deliver.
That's gonna be big.
Wednesday and Thursday. One night on cable, the next night on Peacock. I think gently trying to transition people. So I will probably continue to watch this on WWE Network this weekend. The concern that I have is when you're watching shows on Peacock, you can't like pause and go back. Like it's just playing.
Oh yeah.
On the WWE Network, you can go back and rewatch, and there's many people that do that. So I'm interested to see what that looks like.
So like live only on Peacock, and then they put it up WWE the next day, maybe.
I guess,
like
but
that.
the WWE Network is gone. It's leaving. It's not an option. Like the WWE Network is going to Peacock. You have to go to Peacock to access the archives and things like that.
I get Peacock with Xfinity, so that works for me. But you said NXT Stand and Deliver. My favorite thing on wrestling right now is probably Adam Cole, O'Reilly, Balor, and Cross.
Yeah. You upset about Pat McAfee?
What happened?
He's
not there?
He's like non-present, yeah.
Yeah, I really thought O'Reilly and Oni Larkin.
Yeah.
Well, I thought they were going to lose their titles.
Yeah.
Probably would have been the best thing for them.
Danny Burch and Oni Larkin.
Yep, there it is.
Yep.
There it is.
You're mixing.
Don't even know their names.
Yeah. And they're the tag team titles. You know.
They are the tag team titles. Yes.
Yes. Shut up. The one cool thing that Kyle and I talked about last week was NXT forming a women's tag team division in NXT.
That was huge.
I think that'll be great in the long term for the main roster as well because they are actively forming women's tag teams down there, right?
You hope so.
But you know.
I know all too well.
Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler, man. What a
Dirty Dogs.
What a guy.
I want one of those shirts, by the way.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
You actually do?
Yeah. The Dirty Dogs. I want one of those vests is what I really want.
I want Bobby Roode's beard.
It's nice,
thick boy.
man.
It's a thick boy. But okay, yeah, I think we're out. I'm good with it. Half hour. Gave the predictions. Kyle Gagliardi is significantly better at steering the ship when it comes to this. I think there's no cap, but with a pay-per-view that seems to, I wish maybe we could have done the WrestleMania one. Might have been a little more hyped up for that one.
We probably know more matches about WrestleMania than we do about Fastlane.
We could talk about that for about an hour probably, and there's a lot of the spin-off. Favorite Fastlane match of all time?
John Cena, Big Show, Last Man Standing?
Did it actually have a Fastlane? That's impressive. I can't.
I might have pulled that up.
I don't know.
There's 100% John Cena came to a Fastlane in like a yellow Camaro and broke through like a glass.
Sick.
Everything was tinted, so
Yeah.
like they literally switched seats before like even the windshield was tinted. So
Oh,
it
jeez.
definitely wasn't John Cena, but
No, it absolutely was. Good for him. What a
I don't know who he fought at that one. That's like the most memorable Fastlane, and that might have been a WrestleMania.
That's the most memorable Fastlane. Could have been a WrestleMania. Who knows?
Well, like the big entrance, right? But
Yeah.
at the same time, like Fastlane checks out with the Camaro.
Yeah, I get
I
it.
don't know.
I feel you.
Gags is probably yelling at the screen right now.
No. Tucky, do your homework. I will have to find it, I'm sure.
It's probably not worth watching.
All right. Until next week, Kyle and I will be back wrapping up Fastlane, giving our review on it, and I'm sure talking about much, much more.
Telling everybody how bad I did again.
What's it? No, hey, they all make sense. We always get your picks at face value. We just get the picks. We don't get any context.
Yeah.
We're like, this guy's an idiot. Oh my, what is he doing? But when you explain it, I'll probably keep the title, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Never show. But until next time, thank you for listening to the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast.
Thanks for listening to the On the Mark Podcast.
Brock Lesnar going for an F5 to Cena for the championship. Lesnar with the cover.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode. For more information and updates, make sure to follow us on Twitter at Pod on the Mark. Pod on the Mark.